This might be off center, but hi everybody. Sorry I've been a little MIA recently. You know, it's that busy time of year. It was midterms, and then it's just been craziness ever since. So it's just been really busy. School is winding down for the semester. I only have 3 more full weeks of classes, and then it's finals, and then I'm gone. So it's kind of crazy. It's that busy time. So sorry for the lack of videos. And I've actually really been missing YouTube and really been making videos, and I've had a lot of creativity, but I just had like literally no time to film or like actually focus on editing a great video. And I don't just want to like do a crappy video or like half-ass a video just to put something up there for you guys, because you know, quality over quantity. So that's why that there hasn't been that many videos up. But I'm here today to bring you guys another concert vlog. As you guys can tell from the title, today I am seeing Knocked Loose. I am so excited, guys. I, went to a few shows in between the Belmont show, my last vlog. I didn't vlog because they were smaller, and I just wanted to kind of like enjoy them, not have to worry about filming. But also, smaller shows, I'm not gonna do a concert vlog for every single show because then my channel would literally just be concert vlogs, and recently that's all it's been, and I don't want it to be that. But I thought that I really should film this video and this concert because A, Knocked Loose are a big band, and B, I haven't seen Knocked Loose since 2017. Okay, they're back there. There's little my Knocked Loose flag. We love her. I have not seen this band since Warped Tour 2017. They were on the Full Sail stage, okay? They were babies. And here they are today in Chicago for their Different Shade of Blue tour, for their new album. They're playing at the House of Blues, which is like a big deal. They're a lot bigger. They're the headlining band. Like, it's been a crazy 2 years for them and me. So we are reuniting, and it's funny because like they were kind of one of the first hardcore bands, like real hardcore bands I ever got into, and we're kind of coming full circle because they're still one of my favorite hardcore bands, but I feel like now I have so much more knowledge on this genre and I just can appreciate it a lot more. So I'm very, very excited. I think it's going to be a great show. I love their new album. It might be in my top 5 albums of the year. I don't know, it's up there. It's really, really good. And there's a pretty crazy lineup. There's 5 openers, I think, or maybe 4. I don't know if it's the order exactly, but there's Candy, Rotting Out, See You Space Cowboy, and then Stick to Your Guns is playing before Knocked Loose. I know that, and I think I mentioned all of them. I feel like I forgot one. There's a lot of bands. It's quite the mix, to be honest. I'm a little scared for Rotting Out's pit. My friend was like, that it's gonna get crazy, and I was like, you're right. So that's gonna be something. Let's see, did I forget anything? No, I didn't forget anything. So it's just 5 bands, just. And because of that, with Chicago and their weird curfew rule, it's a Sunday, so it's an earlier show. Doors open at 5, the show starts at 5:30. It is 3:30 right now, so I got, a few hours, but I'm gonna leave around 4 to go and eat, and then head down there at like 4:30, maybe a little later than that. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see every single band, but we'll see what happens. I've really been enjoying, I've been listening to every opener and I really enjoy them. Rotting Out is definitely really hard. I actually surprisingly like Stick to Your Guns more than I thought I would, and I've heard of them, like known of them for many years now. I just like didn't really know exactly what their genre is because I never took time to check them out, but I'm actually very excited to see them. But most importantly, I'm excited to see Knocked Loose. Their set list is amazing. This is one of the last dates of the tour, so it's been going on for a while. You've probably already been to a date of this tour if you were planning on going, but the set list is great. The only thing I wish they would add is the gospel from their EP. They're not playing that, but everything else is great. They're playing, Dead Ringer, Oblivion's Peak. Obviously, they're gonna end with Counting Worms because we got a arf arf at the end. But they're playing so much from the new album, so many great songs. They're still playing All My Friends, which I'm really happy about. They're playing another song from that EP, actually. They're playing Small Victories, which is also from their EP Pop Culture. So I think it's gonna be really, really great, but I'm so excited to hear these new songs live. Oh my god, By the Grave, Guided by the Moon, obviously Mistakes Like Fractures. Like, it's just gonna be a really, really good time. I can't wait. I haven't been to a real hardcore show since I saw Downswing and Sharptooth, which I didn't do a vlog for, but I saw them in the summer in July. I think it was at the end of July, like the 27th or something, in a really small venue in Albany, and it was a great hardcore show. That was kind of my first legit like hardcore show. I really have not gone to many hardcore shows. and I'm excited to, this will, I think, only be like my second hardcore show, because I saw them at Warped Tour, so like I'm not counting that, you know? But now that I'm getting more into the genre, I want to see more hardcore bands live, and I just don't want to die tonight. Here's my thing, and I wouldn't be as like nervous about this show if it wasn't at the friggin' House of Blues. If you guys have been following this channel for at least the past year, you know, because I haven't lived in Chicago that long, you would know that I hate the Chicago House of Blues. It's the worst. And after going to the Boston House of Blues, like, just so many things are wrong with this venue. It is so small. Specifically though, the pit is so small. And apparently this was like, I guess like a, this was a thing that I guess a lot of people were talking about, is like, oh, if pit tickets are sold out, just buy balcony tickets and you can just run down like little stairs and they'll apparently like let you in. You can just go everywhere and go into the pit. And then the band today tweeted that. Knox was like, there's still 70 tickets left or something for the balcony, and you can just walk down into the pit. I'm like, don't tell people that, because then it's just gonna get more crowded. And you guys will know that I've had many issues in the past with this venue. At the State Champ show last year, I almost was not able to get back into the pit because there was capacity, and that stresses me the hell out, because like I want to be able to leave to pee and not have to worry about being locked out of the pit, which I paid money to be in. So it's like, just a lot. It's a fun venue. Coat check is $5. It's really good time. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I mean, even if I'm in the pit, it's just going to be so cramped. Like, I'm already expecting it to be so cramped in there. And I don't know if you guys have, you know, heard all the Twitter drama about this tour, but people have been getting like literally teeth knocked loose. Like, people are losing teeth. They're like getting concussions and like all this stuff. And you know, I'm wearing my Attila shirt, you know, like I've survived many Attila shows. I've been in hardcore pits before, but I've never really been in a real knocked loose pit, because at Warped Tour there was a pit with one dude in the middle jumping. And Vom, if you're watching, you'll remember that because it was hilarious. But I've never like been in a real crazy pit like this, and I've been seeing videos, and honestly I'm not really expecting to mosh too much. Maybe I will do some two-stepping on the side, but I'm really honestly expecting to stay on the side and the back of the pit, because the nice thing I guess about the House of Blues is that wherever you stand in the pit you can see. But like, you know, I could say the same thing about the bottom lounge, and I would not be worried if this was at the bottom lounge. So, you know, hopefully I don't die tonight. My friend from the suburbs is going, so I think we're gonna like protect each other. She's a lot smaller than me, so I gotta protect her, but she's also somehow gotta protect me. I mean, you know, we're both like skinny and like, I don't know about her, but I'm weak. So like, I gotta keep my arms up. I'm probably gonna be bruised. I just don't wanna like get out of the show actually injured. Like, bruises, fine or whatever. You know, I mean, I've gotten punched in the face before at Attila. That did happen. But I just don't want to lose any teeth. I need these babies, you know. So we'll see how it goes, but I am going to, you know, keep a good mindset, stay safe, stay on the side, and not going to do anything too crazy. Maybe try and get a set list at the end, but also not get punched in the face. So, you know, we'll do our best. But I'm excited to see everybody. I think it's going to be a good show. So yeah, I'm going to head out in like a half hour. And yeah, it should be a really fun show. The lighting is literally ass everywhere in here, so I apologize, but this is my outfit. Like I said, I'm wearing my Attila shirt, and I'm wearing these green cargo-like pants. I don't know if I'm actually going to keep this belt on, because security's annoying, and they might be like, we're not gonna allow chains, so I might just take this off, because I'm going to have my fanny pack around my waist anyways. But yeah, this is roughly my outfit. Yes.
I'm way
Hi all. I apologize if this is crooked. This tripod, once again, sucks. But hi everybody, it's day later. Just chilling here in my knuckle puck crew neck, so cozy because we had another snowy day outside. This is the second snowfall of the year for us here in Chicago. The first one came on Halloween, and you know what? I'm trying to forget it because it's weird, but you know, that's the Midwest. Anyways, so thought I'd just do a little recap of how the show was last night, and overall, oh my god, it was such a fun show. And you know me hating the House of Blues, like I mentioned before, everything worked out. I actually never left the pit. I never, like, as soon as I got there, I peed and, you know, went to coat check, did all my stuff, and then I just stayed in the pit. I kind of checked out merch, but there wasn't anything that I knew that I really wanted, so I just went into the pit and hung out there. I met my friend. I watched the first band alone, which was See You Space Cowboy, which were really fun to watch. They were just a lot of energy. They were really good. And then I met my friend from the suburbs, and she like came up in the pit, and you know, we hung out for the rest of the show, and we saw Candy, and she'd actually already seen Candy before. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed all the openers, to be honest. We made some friends in the crowd, which was always fun, and we saw Rotting Out after Candy. So much energy. They were probably like my second favorite band that I saw that night. I was really getting into them. They're very hard. Kind of give me, like, kind of Born Anew vibes a little bit, maybe a little Downswing vibes. I don't know, they were, you know, hardcore, but different than Knocked Loose, and it's hard to explain. You'll just have to check them out, but they're really, really cool. They were talking a lot about, like, politics a little bit, and just, like, you know, like the face of the world and like where we are as a planet, and they were saying some really good things, and they got a lot of good claps. And all the guys in the band are Hispanic, so they were saying out to the crowd like, where my Latinos at, and all that. It was really cute. They were saying that they really appreciate Knocked Loose taking them on this tour, and that the fact that, you know, like they're touring with like a bunch of white guys, but the white guys just see them like they're anyone else, and they were like, to them it might not mean like anything, they might just be being good people, but I guess it means a lot to the guys in Rotting Out. So that was really nice to hear, and just hearing some deep info about the songs and like the messages behind them, which I didn't, you know, realize listening to them, which was really cool, and they were really fun live. I would love to see them again. And then we saw Stick It To Your Guns, who I realized I'm actually seeing with Beartooth and Motionless in White in January. I don't know if I mentioned that already in this vlog, but I'm seeing them again in January, and I think this was my first time seeing them. I don't remember ever seeing them before, but they were really fun too, a lot of energy. I knew a few songs, but I'm excited to definitely get more into them before the Beartooth show, because they were really, really fun live. And then it was finally time for Knocked Loose, and it's funny because a lot happened, you know, during Knocked Loose, and it was actually the last day of the tour, so everybody, all the bands were going all out, you know, talking about that. And in the beginning of the show, after like the first opener, I noticed a big thing of balloons up on the ceiling, and I was like telling my friends, I was like, hey guys, like look at that, like they're gonna rain down blue and white balloons for a different shade of blue, you know, the tour. And I was really excited about that, knew that I wanted to save a balloon. And then they also released all this confetti during All My Friends, which you guys saw a clip of that before as well. So of course I had to take some confetti bits and a balloon with me, and it was just so good. Like, they were just fantastic live. They are like definitely probably my favorite hardcore band, especially live. And you know, I really like Downswing, I really like Born Anew as well, but something about like not seeing Knocked Loose in 2 years, like 2.5 years technically. And like I said, last time I saw them, they were on the baby stage at Warped Tour. There were maybe like 30 to like 50 people max, probably, you know, like watching them. There was a pit, but like nobody was really in it. Like, people really didn't know songs other than like Counting Worms, you know. And now they're just so much bigger, and they have so much more like stage presence, you know, like they're so much more confident up there, and I love when that happens. Like, it reminds me of when I saw Trophy Eyes for the first time after 2 years, and it was the same thing. Like, they've blossomed. You can just see the confidence on their faces and their stage presence, and it was just beautiful to see. And I'm so proud of them and everything they've accomplished. And this new album is seriously so good, and you know, it still sounds like Knocked Loose, but it's different. You could hear the difference when they were playing songs from laugh tracks and songs from their older EP versus the new album. And I loved that they played a mixture of everything. Like I said, the set list was fantastic, and I mean, I was a little worried about the pit, and I mean, obviously I survived. I'm okay. I'm very bruised, and my back hurts, and I kind of like low-key got like elbowed in the ribs and stuff a few times. Like, my stomach hurt when I got home, but like, I'm okay overall, you know. I was smart, and I made sure to protect myself, and I really didn't go in the actual pit much. I was just kind of like going with the crowd, and probably like 3/4 into the show, I just went to the back of the pit and watched a few songs, because I needed to like catch my breath and chill, and then I went back into the actual like front area. I did crowd surf once, and it was probably one of my favorite crowd surfing experiences ever, because I went up at like that prime moment. So I crowd surfed to the song In the Walls, which is one of my favorites off of their new album. I just love the sound of the song, and there's just so many cool like vocal aspects of it when they layer the vocals, and he's like suffering, suffering, like, oh my god. And then when that beat drops, so I was kind of like getting ready for that, and the crowd was pretty condensed at this point. It wasn't super spread open, so I knew that like I could crowd surf and probably not fall, you know. So I found this really big dude, and it was right before the big breakdown where it's like suffering, suffering, I won't bump in my walls, like that whole section. And I was like, this would be the perfect time to crowd surf. And I only crowd surfed once, but it was like during this part, and it was the best. So these two guys helped me up, and I go up, and I you know, I'm not super heavy or anything, so like it's kind of easy for people to raise me up really high. I was like super high above the crowd. I was almost at like eye level of the band members. I don't know, it felt like I was really high up. So it was just like, oh my god, the best time. Everyone was looking up at me. I literally went up like right during the breakdown. So I was up there, and I was like fist pumping with like the breakdown when it's like, I am bum bum in my walls. And then the part where it says like in my walls, that was the part where I was kind of started to like get caught by the security guard, and Brian and I were just looking at each other the whole time and singing in my walls at each other, and it was just like amazing. It was so good. It was just like such a great crowd surfing experience. So that was fantastic. I'm really happy I decided to go up during that song and not like Dead Ringer or Oblivion's Peak, because I was debating that, but that was when the crowd was like going crazy, and I think I would have maybe fallen or something. So, and I wanted to be more in the pit for like those really big songs. But oh my god, like incredible, so good. The balloons rained down during Counting Worms, as you guys saw, and it was chaos. I tried to get a set list. They gave up probably like like 8 set lists or something, and I really tried, but I didn't get one, unfortunately, but I tried. But I did, like I mentioned, I got a balloon. Love it. They were blue and white, but I was like, I want blue because different shade of blue. So I've now started to put like all of my tickets and stuff up here for like temporarily, but that's the ticket that I got. And then these are the confetti bits. I have 2 of them that I just decided to put over here. Cause, you know, gotta save that. I haven't been to a show where I've had to worry about getting balloons or confetti in a while. I mean, you know, you kind of associate that with more of like arena show stuff. Like, I got a balloon from Halsey a few times. I've got confetti from Halsey. I think the 1975 I had confetti. Like, normally if it happens at a show, I will save it. But this was not something I thought they would do, but I love it. I think it's great, and I've kind of missed doing this kind of thing. I was walking out of the venue afterwards, and I was holding my balloon like it was my child, and this guy saw it, and he was like, hey, you got a souvenir? And I was like, you know it, I'm gonna draw a face on it and make it emo balloony from Phineas and Ferb. And he thought that was pretty funny, which I might do. I don't know. My art skills aren't the best, and I'm worried that I'm going to like start to draw on it and then like mess it up and then regret that I did that. But also, it's going to eventually deflate, and then I'll just have it as like, you know, the remnants of a balloon, which typically that's what I do. I'll staple the balloon to my ticket, like the little, you know, shriveled up balloon, just like I do with the confetti, and I save it that way. But for the time being, I have a blue balloon, different shade of blue. I really wanted a hoodie, and the only hoodie they had was a hoodie that was like this color, and it said it was the Oldham one, you know, and it's a different shade of blue on the back, which a lot of people had, but I didn't like that shade of blue. I wanted a different shade of blue. That's the irony of it. I wanted like more of a royal blue, not like this, because on the actual album cover, it's a bit darker. Like, it's not this color blue. So I was like, you know, I'm not gonna get the hoodie just for the sake of getting the hoodie, because I don't want to. I wish they still had the white hoodie that said Knocked Loose in blue, and then it had like a different shade of blue on the back. I love that hoodie, and I wish I got it when I got it. All the merch that I want from them, like, they don't sell anymore, to my knowledge at least. I'd have to go in like Depop and find it or something. But, you know, I don't need to be spending any money on merch, and that venue afterwards was crazy. Like, getting my coat was crazy. It's just a big mess in that venue, but I survived. There were no security issues. Got to see Knocked Loose. I was just singing along every word. Like, when they played By the Grave, oh my god. Like, there were just so many good songs. They played Belleville, Guided by the Moon, oh my god, one of my favorites from the album. And it was one of my friend's favorites, and we were just both like, a different shade of blue. Like, I can't. Like, I just love them so much. They're one of the bands that I just want to like keep supporting for a really long time, because not seeing them for 2.5 years and then seeing them, it's like, I miss them. Like, I know I've been listening to them, but it's like not the same. It's like they've grown up and I miss them. So I definitely have to make sure I'm able to see them on their next tour, and I just hope they come back to Chicago. They were talking about how much they loved Chicago and how much they were looking forward to this show, and they specifically wanted to end their tour in Chicago, which I think is so cool. So, a fantastic show. Let me know if any of you guys went to any of the dates on this tour. Tell me your experience. I'd love to hear, you know, what you thought of Knocked Loose, if it was your first time or second time or third time or whatever time seeing them. And I was actually surprised. They asked, you know, how many people have seen us before and how many people are new, and a lot of the crowd had never seen them before. So I think this was definitely a tour for them that probably attracted a lot of new fans because of the new album, and just because they went to so many cities, and, you know, like, I was finally able to see them again, and I think a lot of people will probably finally able to see them for the first time. Also, real quick, I have to mention that in the balcony, there was this dad who was wearing, you know, a big, like, Oldham sweatshirt, you know, and he had his son with him, who was probably, like, between 9 and 11 or something, you know, 9, 10, 11, and he was wearing a different shade of blue shirt, and he, like, the dad just sitting there, he's, like, just, you know, enjoying it, and the son is just, like, different shade of blue. It was the cutest thing ever. I was like, honestly, like, if I ever have a child, that's gonna be my child. Like, it reminded me of like the kids that you see, like the really young babies at rock shows with like the big headphones. That's what this reminded me of, but it was just really, really funny because I look up the stage and Brian is standing there and he's just like, motherfucker. He's like swearing, and then this little kid is like, yeah, like not knowing what they're saying or whatever. But you know what? I love it and I'm here for it. And it was just a great time. And honestly, the crowd, like, I guess was violent, you know, but honestly not as bad as I thought. Like I was fine. Everybody in the crowd was like overall nice and like helpful, you know, like it wasn't really a toxic crowd, which I'm thankful about. But yeah, that was my experience. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this concert vlog. Hopefully I'll have more videos to come for you guys. I'm sorry that there's been kind of a hiatus recently, but it's a busy time in the semester, so I'm gonna try and find more times to film. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you guys liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!